Hello, hello, it's AJ, the male card maker. I'm doing another quick video today. It's involving the paws collection from Crafter's Companion, Bamboo with a Flower. I did it at my craft class for another new beginners class the other day, and my old class saw it and wanted to see the finished card, because I've done the image but a different version of the card, so I said I'll post a video and thought everyone could watch me make the card. So first of all I'm going to colour. And I'm going to colour the bear in BG 5, 4 and 3. So I'm just going to take my lids off, put them in order, and we'll speed along through this. For anyone who wants to recap, I'm using 3 colours, a light, a medium and a dark, to make one shade. To get a good blend is to, when you go with your second colour, circular motions just over the line that you've done, bringing it in. To blend the lines together. It moves the ink around on the paper, which is, by the way, Nina. If anyone wants any in-depth more about the blending, please let me know and I'll see what videos I can do. I'm just showing you at this moment in time as I go along. And if you notice, I do one section at a time. It's much easier this way because the ink doesn't have too much time to dry as you go from one pen to the next. There is people I have been teaching that say I can't get the blend to go right, is because they're going around the whole part of their image, like the bear, in the dark colour and do all the dark bits, then they go around. By the time they get back, it's all, you know, dried, so it doesn't help for blending. I'm going to make his feet much darker in this corner. Blending these together now. And as you can see, it doesn't take long to bring an image to life. Although, like I say, to my new ladies, once you get proficient in how to do in your own style, you'll just be away, you know, colouring as fast as you want, is just like I do. Okay, so we've done the bear. I'm going to now do his belly and his face, which is an IG2 and a blender. So all I'm doing, adding some grey around here, where there possibly, how I would have thought, be a shadow. So I'm going to come under his neck, around his tummy, around there. And all I'm doing now with the blender is, like you would with your next colour, is going just over the line and a bit more vigorous, because what we're doing is diluting that IG2 into the white. So it makes it, well, I won't say an IG1, it won't make the lightest, but it makes the edges smoother, so it's just like you've got a shadow without having to use too many pens. Next I'm going to do is cheeks, just give him a little rosy cheeks. Now, all you have to do is a PP3 I have here, put in his little cheekies, and then I go around dotting with the PP1. And if you find your heart lines are too harsh, because it's straight onto white, use your blender to just soften them out so it goes into more of a rosy cheek. Right, next I'm going to quickly do the flower stem. I've got a DG4 and 2. Not much colouring required on this one because it's just a little tiny space. What I'm going to do is just blend them lines out. Just bring them together. Right, so for the middle, is it the stamen? I think that's what it's called. What I'm going to do is dot in OR2 or 1, any of the orange colours, which is the OR1, 2 and 3. I've got a GB5. I am literally just dotting in that colour. And a CT2 just straight over, not too much so you don't dilute the other colours. Next for the flower. Actually, while I'm at it, CT2, these little butterflies have little bodies, which I'm just going to give that. This flower, I'm not the best at colouring flowers, but I like to give it a go. This is how I do this flower on this one. I do know other ways. So what I'm going to do is use the lightest colour first, which I'm going to use PP3, 5 and 6. So I'm going to use 3 first. And what I'm going to do is do most of this flower, getting all that little detail in there, because it can be quite fiddly. You don't want to come out the lines. Okay, excuse me. Anyway, so that's a base colour. Now, with the PP5, I'm going to colour around this middle bit, but only a quarter of the way around. Then with the PP3, to blend that edge out. And it just means you don't have to be precise at going back to the edges of all your flowers. And with the PP6, I'm just going to dot some on here for harsher lines. For the butterflies, the less colour the better, so I've used a PP6. Same sort of colour, whatever colour you use for the flower, I'd use for your butterfly. So PP6 and a bit of the 5, just to give it I think on this bigger one you can do PP5 and 3. Just remember, smaller the area, the more ink you put on, the more bleeding you're going to get outside of the lines. Right, so just for the floor, a BGR3, a BGR1. So I'm going to BGR3 first, just outlining a dark shadow under the bear, which is called bamboo by the way, which I do like. And then going over and just making a shadow on the floor. If you want it to come out more, go over more. And with this bear, because it's such a strong grey colour, I'm using IG2. I usually use an IG1, but this time a 2, just to outline this little bear. That helps the bear to stand out against the white because of his white pads on him. And I'll just trace around the butterfly. And there you go. That's the image. Now I'm going to make it into a full card. Now I've got some of the card kit left from my card lessons, so most of it's prepped, but I'll try and talk you through. I've got some pinking shears, being told the gold. I am just doing it outside of this. Trick is with these sort of scissors, don't go to the end of the scissors. Just do that and then line them up and that way on. Okay. Might just add a little bit of pink around the side, pink distressing ink Tim Holtz. All I'm just going to do is flick this on rather quickly. Just to give it that's better. Just a little dark one then. Or for a better word, crocodile teeth. Okay, right. Now for the card. Let me just clear this up. This is what we're going to make. This card here. So I've got a 5x7 card base, some red and some, it's yellow but it looks like gold, like a pearlescent card. So I'm going to glue the backing down, just a matter of layer. Now I know I haven't cut this out on camera, but these are kits left from my card making class. I've got a bit of ribbon and this, which is a punch Stewart punch. You can see that I've punched it out already. I've used the Xyron, my new Xyron little sticker maker from Crafter's Companion, which I love. Well, as anyone knows me, I love all Crafter's Companion stuff. So I've run these through the 1.5 inch Xyron. It's the only one I've got, the only one I can afford at the moment. This just helps. I'll go straight across here. And some pink ribbon. Now I've done two of these on the same one to get more use out of my Xyron, because I'm going to make another card. I had 2 of the kits left and I was just going to sit there, so I decided to make them up and sell them. If anyone buys them. If anyone wants one, £2 plus postage. Just let me know. Okay, now to stick this onto here, you could use a wet glue, but the more you use it will show up. So I like my strong Crafter's Companion tape, which is good for box making. So it's rather strong. And then I'm just going to line that up there, like so. Put it down so you won't see any of the glue underneath. For the image, I'm just going to use a little bit of 3D tape. On here. And I got a lovely comment about how I took off my double-sided foam bits with the picky tool. Someone was quite surprised. I thought everyone would have known that, but it's quite nice for someone to recognise and say that's a nice technique, even you know. So I'm just gonna add him onto here, like so. I've already stamped out, especially for you, cut around and put onto 3D foam. I'm just going to put that there, especially for you. That can be for any sort of an occasion. And last but not least, when I find them, I just got a little red flower to pop on the bottom. I wonder how you like that.